Welcome to the second edition of This Debate in Sports. Once again, this is Justin Ferguson, managing editor of the Auburn Plainsman. This gentleman to my left is sports editor Eric Wallace. And I hope you know that the biggest sporting event of the last 4 years is about to start. World Cup, we're less than 24 hours
Finally
away. It's been such a long wait. And so we're two very big soccer fans. I know there's a lot of soccer fans here in Auburn, and we just like to do a quick little preview of the World Cup. But first, when we were sitting down to talk about this, we came to a disagreement about the U.S. Chances of getting out of the group of death. Germany, Ghana, Portugal, U.S. Can they get out of the top two?
It's brutal. You know, it's one of the most talented USA teams ever. You know, can't say that there's been many more teams with as much European experience as they have. But God, Germany, Portugal, they're just so good. And I mean, Ghana, you know, is supposed to be the easy team in the group, and they're the team that always beats us. So I mean,
it's the mystique of Ghana.
Exactly.
It's the witch doctor who put the curse on Ronaldo.
Ghana's a must-win.
Didn't work.
Ghana's a must-win. They're going to have to get points from Portugal, and you know, who knows with Germany? But I can't see them getting out of the group. Just it pains me because patriotically wise, I want them to, but it's just.
I was like you when the draw was made, and I've been this way for months now.
Mm-hmm.
The more I'm getting into the World Cup, and I am going to fully say this might be the emotion, this might be me wearing an Aaron Johansson jersey, you know, maybe this is me just being a homer, but I think this team can get out. And here's why. They play well together. They're on a good run of results. Jurgen Klinsmann, I think, has got his best 11 that he has in mind. You can debate Landon Donovan. That's a completely different story. They're playing well together, and a major thing when you look at teams around the world, including the ones that the U.S. are going to play, Germany and Portugal, and Ghana, relatively injury-free. Mm-hmm. The U.S. come down to Brazil, the 23-man roster with a clean bill of health. And Marco Reus is out for Germany.
Yep.
Ronaldo's had trouble for Portugal. Ghana's missing a couple of players. The U.S. are healthy together, and they have a desire that they are going to shock the world. Mm-hmm. And I think they beat Ghana, get a good result against Portugal. Whether that be a draw or let's have a repeat of 0-2 where you're up 3-0 early. You know, knock off Portugal, and then you know you might not need a win against Germany.
Germany may not need a win either.
Germany might not need a win at that point, and then you know you've got the U.S. moving on. I think that can happen. You know, maybe this is just me getting caught up in the emotion, but I think this U.S. team is very talented. They play well together. They're getting out.
Let's hope. Looking at other groups, who's a big shocker for you? Who do you think could make a deep run in the tournament? Maybe not one of your household names, you know, like the Brazils and Spains.
It's funny to say this because they're a top seed in their group because they won a really easy group, qualifying group. But Switzerland, I really like the Swiss team. I like their names, mostly. But they're a really good talented player. Gökhan Inler, you got Xherdan Shaqiri, Granit Xhaka. They've got a coach that knows how to get the best out of this team. Reminds me a lot of this American team with a little bit more world-class talent. So I look at a team like that can play well together. They can make a run, get out of the group, and then maybe knock off a couple of teams. You could see these guys making the semifinals. I would not be surprised. This Swiss team knows how to play well together, and they know how to win.
Absolutely. They're solid all the way through. They beat Spain in the 2010 World Cup, so I mean, they've got the experience. For me, I'm going to go with Bosnia. It's a recent U.S. foe, but they've got a star striker.
And Herzegovina, both of them.
Yeah, I forget about them. But
now, which one's going to go on, Bosnia or Herzegovina?
Let's go with both. They're going to do it as a team, a tandem.
Okay. I don't know if that's legal, but it's FIFA, so whatever.
Anything works with them.
Yep.
They got Edin Dzeko, star striker. He's coming off a great season for Manchester City, and they're just a really, you know, this is their time. They've not really had a good run in their history, so I mean, this is the first time that they've really had a lot of hype around their team. So I think they could make a deep run. That's
a very good team, very solid front to back.
Yeah, they have an easy group.
So how about a team that is going to flame out early?
I'm going to go England, and I don't consider it a disappointment anymore because I don't have high expectations for them. But you know they will get roasted by their home country's media if they go out in the group stage, which it looks like it may, considering they're in a group with Uruguay, Luis Suarez, and you know Italy. They're just, I mean, I can't see them getting out past those two teams. So.
The team I think is going to flame out in the group, and this is going to be a shock to their country because they think they're supposed to go to the round of 16 every year. Mexico. I don't see Mexico getting a point.
Yeah.
I don't see Mexico getting a point. I see Brazil, Croatia, even Cameroon. Cameroon's got a lot of talent. This Mexican team is just so weak. This is one of the weakest Mexican teams I've ever seen, and I think the disappointment there is they're not even going to record a point. They might score a goal or two.
Hey, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be there without us, anyways. So,
all right,
real quick, who's your winner of this year's World Cup?
Spain. I'm never going to stop picking Spain unless they prove me wrong. I know they lost to Brazil Confederations Cup. That was a lot of emotion. Brazil played with a lot of emotion. Spain was not on their game. Spain's on their game. They've got Diego Costa now. If he's going to lead that line for them, as a great striker who's coming over from Brazil. I would love to see a Brazil-Spain final and see Diego Costa have to play that role as the former Brazilian, now a Spanish player.
Oh yeah, that'd be a story.
But yeah, they're stacked.
Absolutely.
Their reserve team would beat most national teams. So I'm gonna stick with Spain.
I think I'll go with Argentina. I like the goals. They don't have a lot defensively. I mean, Pablo Zabaleta's solid, but nothing really much in the center back range. But Messi, Higuain, Di Maria, Lavezzi, Rodrigo Palacio. Oh, Guerrero. Yeah. How did I forget him? They've got goals on days. They can score with anybody. I mean, if they have to do it 5-3, 5-4, I mean, they are capable of doing it. It'll be interesting to see how they use all those pieces together.
European teams never won the World Cup in South America, so money's on South American teams. Argentina's a good pick. We'll see.
Alrighty. Until next time, this has been This Debate in Sports.